The Planning Center is a very, very welcoming community of advisors who are ready to support you. And it's a place you can freely ask questions and know that your private concerns are held in privacy. So don't be afraid of that either.
We're really a grassroots program. People hear about us throughout the community. We do a lot of workshops. So when they come into the office, they know they need some assistance in finding that next step, but they're not exactly sure what that next step is. So we explain to them that they'll sit with an advisor. Sometimes they need to have a career inventory assessment, something that will help narrow down what their interests and skills presently might be and where their interests are. And then we walk them through the process, the admissions process, for both school, and we walk them through a financial aid process, applying and explaining to them what financial aid is and what might be available to them.
You will be supported. If you choose to, you can be very supported in your college effort. You don't need to worry about failure, and that there are good people out there that will help you. EOC is a wonderful resource in the community. We focus on adults who want to go back to school, some kind of post-secondary program, usually for career purposes. They're not necessarily going back just to get an education, but because they're adults, they may have family responsibilities. They realize the importance of education and they're ready to do it. It's probably something they weren't able to do when they were younger, or didn't think about doing it, or had other priorities, but now it's time for them to go back. And we are one of the very few resources in the community that will work with an adult population in giving them educational program information, how to get in, what are the prerequisites, how to pay for it, which is critical because most of our clients do have financial need, so we do a lot of work around financial aid, application assistance, and admissions information and application assistance. These are some of the barriers that some adults would not know how to overcome if it were not for some additional help, and that's what we provide.
Oftentimes we'll have an adult come in and say, I have bad credit. Will that affect me getting financial aid? If they haven't defaulted on a previous student loan, even if they have bad credit, they can still be eligible for financial aid. We have people come in, the first thing they'll ask is, what is financial aid? Because people always think of financial aid as free money. Period. So we go through the process of letting them know that financial aid is not just grants, which is the money that you don't need to pay back, but that it can be subsidized and unsubsidized loans. The mission of EOC is we primarily serve low-income first-generation adults. That means people primarily 19 and above. 2/3 of the population that we serve must fit that category. The other third can be anybody. So we see students or potential students from age 16 on up to 70.
So we see, all ranges from kids who have just left high school and have come there to get their GED up through adults, and then people coming, from other countries working on their English skills, but they hopefully do want to go on and get some education and training.
A number of people have been out of the workplace. They've also been out of college. Some have never gone to college. They just don't know how to even get started. And so to have somebody say to you, there actually is a path, we can figure this out, makes a lot of difference.
If you think about the role that a guidance counselor plays for a student in high school, that's pretty much the role that we will play for the adult who is now in the community and no longer affiliated with some kind of school program. We take them through the process, A to Z, of helping them make a decision in terms of what might be an appropriate career for them, where can they get that training or the college education needed for that career, how to access it, how to prepare for it, how to pay for it, and then how to succeed in it. So I think that's probably one of the easiest ways to understand what we do. Think of the guidance counselor role, and that's what we do for the adult in the community. I look at our advisors as education brokers. We're looking at the individual, what their needs are, what their interests are, their abilities, and we put them together with the most appropriate education program for them.